Welcome to your quick start guide of how to use the Sony ZV-1 camera. So this is our quick start guide to show you around all the major features, and you should have enough knowledge after this video to grab this camera and go out and shoot video and stills for your ministries or events. Now this camera may look small, but don't be fooled. This is a powerful bit of kit that can shoot some fantastic video and photos. So you will find everything you need to do those things, but it will be just a quick start guide to get you up and running. If you want to dive in deeper, then feel free to go further into the settings, and if you ever need any help, then you can of course contact the Care of Production team and we'll be happy to assist you. But if you follow the rest of this video, you will have all the knowledge you need to get going. So let's dive in. Okay guys, the first thing you want to do when you get the camera is turn it on. So just on the top side of it is the on button, which is clearly labelled, and it will power up like such. Then next thing you need to do is press the mode button, and that brings you into this window. So this is where you need to choose what type of content you're going to shoot. So your main decisions are to choose between whether you are doing video or photo. So photo, you can see the camera icon, and then film is the film strip icon. Now you'll see that there's two different types of film strip options. There is movie and intelligent auto. Now I recommend, unless you want to dive in deep into technical settings, that you want to choose intelligent auto. And equally, if you're doing photo, I would choose the intelligent auto setting for that as well. Again, in photo, if you want to dive deeper into some manual settings, you'll see if you continue to scroll down, you've got other options which are clearly explained by the letters. Once you've decided which one you want to choose, simply have it highlighted with the dash next to it and then press enter. Now we'll look at the basic buttons you can see on the camera itself. So this is looking at the top of it. On the left hand side, you've got something called a hot shoe. Now this is where you will slide your external microphone on, which we will show you later. You've got the on and off button. So at the moment you can see it highlighted green, which means the camera is on. You've got your mode button, which we've covered and shows you which mode you want to select the camera to be in. You've got this red circle here, which is your record settings. So that's to start and stop your recordings. You've got your zoom toggle, which can go left and right by pushing the little handle on the top. And then finally, you've got this C1 button, which flicks between two scenic modes, which again we'll cover in a later video. So here is a closer look at the camera. As you can see, it's very compact and small, nice and light, but don't be fooled, it's a very powerful camera, loads of features and very high quality. So looking at the front of it, you've obviously got the lens at the front, which is self-protected when it's off, so the lens cap all closes in and the lens itself recesses into the camera. You've got the screen at the back, nice big screen. It's not touch screen, so all the buttons are on the right hand side here and along the top. The screen does flip out, which is very helpful if you're shooting yourself and you need to be able to view it on a tripod. That simply just flips out and closes back in again. Across the top, you've got, this is called the hot shoe, so this is where we attach the microphone. And then on the bottom is where the battery and SD card are. So you'll see this locking pin here, slide that across. Inside you've got the battery and you've got the SD card. So as soon as you want to transfer that footage, you simply click that in and that pops out. And then you just reinsert it, close the hatch and slide it across. And that is all you need to know about its externals. The camera also comes with this handy mini tripod, which simply folds out like this, and that also gives you some extra controls. So on it you've got photo and record buttons, and you've got the C1 button, which we mentioned earlier, which flicks between those defocus background settings. So these legs simply flick out to create a tripod like this. To adjust the angle on the top, there's a button just on the left hand side here, which enables you to rotate it. To attach it to the camera, you'll see there is this bolt at the top which spins via this dial. If you then look on the base of the camera, you've got a receiving hole. So it's best to have the controls facing the person controlling the camera, so towards the back of the screen. line up the hole and simply spin this wheel, and that will lock the camera on like so. This is also really handy to use as a hand grip, so if you're shooting video for a prolonged period or you just want to try and keep it steady, you can use this and grip it like this, which just gives you some extra control. Equally, if you just need to set the camera up on a small tabletop and you don't want to get the full tripod out, you can just fold it out like this, adjust the angle to get it nice and straight, and shoot like that. Then the final thing to show you is the external microphone. So that lives in this pouch. No wires needed. It connects onto the hot shoe area here, and you can see the base fit there. So it simply slides in from the rear forward, and then this spinning dial here, you just turn and that will lock it into place like that. So now we'll look at the basic operation of the video settings. So let's have a look and see what we can see on the display. Now this is for if you're running in the intelligent auto mode. So down at the bottom row is the camera's settings. Now you don't need to worry too much about these. These will adapt and change to light conditions. So if I put my hand in front of there, you'll see the dial start to change. And that is the camera's auto kicking in to adjust the image properly. But if you ever need to reference them, they are across the bottom. Up here in green it says standby, and that just means the camera's in standby mode, and then when we press record, that will say record. You've got your channel 1 and 2 audio levels that you can see ticking along, so you know you're recording audio. And you've got your full screen preview of what you're going to be filming. So to start recording, you simply hit the red button at the top, you'll hear a beep, and you'll see we've now got recording setting on the bottom left here. While you're recording, you can continue to change your shot. So up in the corner, we've got your zoom. So you can do a gentle zoom in and a gentle zoom out. The focus is completely auto. So you'll see if I hold an object up nice and close, you'll see both the camera's focus and its light settings have adapted to that being nice and close. And when we pull it away, it will adapt back to show us the full view of what we can see. When you finish recording, you simply turn the recording off there, and you'll see the camera go back into standby mode. To view your recordings, just simply hit the play button here, and then to watch it back, hit play again, and that will now play back our recording. If for whatever reason you would like to delete your recording, just in the bottom right, hit the delete button, and that will delete it. So go back to the menu, hit the play button again, and that will bring you back into your original mode. The final function to show you is this C1 button, which is located on the top here. And what that does is toggle between two settings which enable the background to be more blurred than usual. Now this is great for if you're doing a piece to camera with a person and you don't want a lot of the background to be in shot or in focus. So for example, if I hold this lens here and then enable the mode, you'll see the background has gone even more out of focus, which allows us to concentrate on the object in front. That could be toggled on and off. So if you don't want that, hit it again, it will say background defocus clear, and you'll see our backgrounds come back into more sharp focus than it was before. So the next mode we're going to talk you through is the manual video mode. Now, I don't recommend you dive into this mode unless you know your way around camera settings, but if you do fancy a play, then here is a really basic walk around how to get to the features. So if you hit mode at the top, it will bring you back to your mode selection. So instead of intelligent video, we want to go into movie mode, hit enter, and then there's a few different options for manual, which are all explained, but for today we're going to go for the full manual option, which will show us everything. Hit enter again on that, and now we're in full manual video mode. So firstly, we'll show you how to change your shutter speed. So if you hit right on the dial, we'll show you how to change the ISO speed. So your ISO settings are here, so you can go from 125 all the way up to over 1200. We recommend you never run any higher than 1600. That is the maximum the camera sensor is designed to be on. So you can hit enter on that. Now to change the shutter speed, if you hit down, that will now highlight the f-stop number at the bottom here. You can then use your wheel to dial all the way from 1.8 up to almost fully clothed. And then to adjust the shutter speed, hit down again, it will highlight the shutter speed there, and you've then got full control there. That is a very basic overview of how to get through the 3 major manual video settings. So the final thing we'll show you is photo mode. So if you hit your mode button at the top and scroll onto Intelligent Auto on the camera icon and hit enter, this will bring you into photo mode. All the controls work much the same as they do in the video mode, so you've still got your zoom control. You can still see the zoom settings adapting here. And to take a photo, the button is different. It's just on the inside of the zoom button. So if you hold that in, you'll hear a reassuring click. The screen will go blank and you'll know you've taken a photo. Then to view those photos, down on the bottom button here, you then can simply scroll through all of your photos and videos. To delete any of them, simply hit the delete button, scroll up and delete. Hit the play button to go back to your camera mode. When you finish using the camera, nice and easy to turn off, just hold down the on and off button and the camera will put itself to sleep. So guys, that is your quick start guide to using the Sony ZV-1 camera. If you find any other features or any problems, then of course you can email production@caref.church and we'll be happy to help. But we can't wait to see some of the footage you're going to shoot with this camera. Best of luck with it.